Good morning, America. Tornado touchdown. Severe weather slamming the south, bringing flash flooding and fierce winds. Now, the new threat for twisters and freezing rain as millions hit the roads and the skies. It's one of the busiest travel days of the year. We've got your New Year's forecast.
Airport security breach, another stowaway incident. The investigation this morning after a person snuck onto a Delta flight at a major airport. How they got past TSA and onto the plane. Just weeks after another woman boarded a flight to Paris without a ticket.
Well, that boarding pass is a completely different name.
Urgent plane crash investigation. This morning, the new questions about how this passenger jet came plummeting out of the sky overseas. Cell phone video capturing the terrifying moments on board. Now what U.S. officials are saying about whether Russia shot the plane down. The growing evidence this morning.
Jay-Z setback. In a blistering decision, a federal judge denying the rap mogul's move to reveal the identity of the woman accusing him of raping her when she was a teenager. What it means for the case.
Escape for 2025. New year, new adventure. The hottest destinations and top times to land the best deals. We'll tell you how to get where you want to go with the new year just around the corner.
Holy Toledo.
Duggar under duress. Incomplete.
Toledo and Pittsburgh slugging it out for 6 overtimes. It's that time of the college football season. Let the bowl games begin.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
And who wants to be a billionaire? Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot soaring to the 5th largest ever. One former big winner shares her advice.
It really felt like somebody was looking out for me on that one.
If you win life-changing money, we've already won big with this little lady. Get to know the new pygmy hippo born right here in America, making her debut on Christmas.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America.
You singing that?
A little bit. It was a bop. You loved that pygmy hippo, didn't you?
Very
You thought
cute.
it's so
Yes,
cute.
yeah.
It is adorable. Look at that cutie. We can't wait to tell you all about it. We're just happy to be here together, the three of us, the weekend team. Ready to talk about the baby pygmy hippo and also about winning $1 billion. It's a twofer that I certainly can get behind.
Yeah, for those of us who won't be winning $1 billion, the hippos will get consolation prize. So we'll have more
Amen.
on all of that coming up. And just as millions are heading home, a stunner in Seattle, another unticketed passenger on a Delta flight somehow getting past security and boarding the plane. We'll have the latest on that investigation.
Yeah, an important story there, but we do begin here with dangerous storms overnight across the country with multiple tornadoes touching down in Texas, and 9 states are on alert right now in the West for dangerous storms. Meteorologist Greg Dutra of our Chicago station WLS right here with us. This is, I mean, look at these pictures.
It is very strong video, and really I wish we could lead with the baby hippo, but we do have big storms and confirmed now tornadoes just based off of this video and debris signatures on radar. 5 confirmed tornadoes so far. This just coming on the heels of Christmas Day.
This morning,
So here's the calm before the storm.
at least 5 tornadoes tearing through Texas.
Move.
This twister touching down near a highway in El Campo, about 70 miles southeast of Houston. Several others spotted on radar. The tornadoes spawning from a powerful storm system stretching from Louisiana to Arkansas. Those strong winds knocking over a postal van in Houston. The driver seen here climbing out of his overturned vehicle. Debris flying into an adjacent backyard. The storm wreaking havoc in Wharton County, laying waste to this farm.
I called my brother. He came out and looked at it. He said, yeah, it hit us. So we just kind of assessing the damage.
As that system sweeps across the south, the west bracing for a relentless barrage of wild weather. 9 states under alerts for everything from wind to high surf to snow, avalanche, and even winter storms. And creating travel havoc on the East Coast, a massive sinkhole closing a major interstate in New Jersey.
You know, unfortunately, we are not done yet. There's another day of storms across the south. The warm sector is where these fire up. The strong storms stretching from Louisiana into Alabama, Mississippi, too. Gusty winds, possibly even some isolated tornadoes. And we could see that repeat itself again on Sunday, too, as a weekend severe threat stretches across the southeast with areas from Jackson to Alexandria to Greenwood under the threat for, again, strong tornadoes. And then on Sunday, again, it switches off to the east and goes further north in spots that don't normally expect that type of weather. But wait. wait, there's more. Unfortunately, the system splits itself. Then it becomes a freezing rain threat right around New Year's for around New York City and areas off to the north, all the way into the Adirondacks, stopping at about the northern tip of Lake George, and then back towards Chicago, all the way to New York. Some rain possible New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day. We'll talk about that coming up, but there is no shortage of stuff to talk about here as we go towards another holiday.
You know, Greg, we here on GMA, we love to say, but wait, there's more. It's just usually not about the storms and rain, but we'll take it. We'll track that through the weekend, Greg. Thank you. In the meantime, now to another apparent case of a stowaway on a Delta flight. Gio, you're tracking that story. Really blowing minds that this is happening again.
I mean, it's just so striking because this comes on the heels of the Delta flight involving a woman who was arrested for stowing away from New York to Paris. You remember that one? Well, this one delayed the flight for more than 2 hours on Christmas Eve. This morning, during this busy holiday travel season, the TSA and local police investigating another security breach, a stowaway incident on a Delta Airlines flight, this time from Seattle to Honolulu on Christmas Eve. The flight taxiing for takeoff when it suddenly returned to the gate after the crew learned of an unticketed passenger on board. Airport officials say the stowaway exited the plane. Police located and arrested the unticketed passenger in a terminal restroom with the help of video surveillance. The TSA saying the passenger was screened at a security checkpoint, but bypassed the ID verification, then made it onto the plane without showing a boarding pass.
Well, that boarding pass is a completely different name.
This incident happening within weeks of a woman being arrested for stowing away on another Delta flight from New York to Paris.
People have gotten on not only by getting through TSA without the proper credentials, but also getting on the airplane. Twice is too much.
Delta saying in a statement its employees followed procedures to have an unticketed passenger removed from the flight and apprehended. And what's so striking about this, guys, is that you had the situation where now 2 passengers went through that ID checkpoint. They actually went through security, but they bypassed that ID checkpoint and then also bypassed the Delta gate agent. So we need to figure out what's happening here because obviously something's going wrong.
And to the point that you just spoke to about security, thinking about that, and also knowing that there was a shooting at Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix on Christmas night, followed by another gun incident. So when we're talking about security and safety, what is the latest on all of this?
So officials here say that a family flight actually escalated at a restaurant outside of security. During that fight, one of the adults pulled out a gun, fired multiple times. 3 people suffered gunshot wounds and another was stabbed. One of the victims, a woman, is in critical condition right now. Hours later, police say another man with no relation to that shooting arrived at the airport with multiple guns after hearing reports of an active shooter there. So Phoenix police say the man got violent, and after a struggle, eventually they took him into custody and they charged him with aggravated assault. But a really scary situation there.
There are so many things about that story alone, but because we were talking about travel and there's so much to get to, millions are going to be traveling home for the holidays, on the roads, in the skies, lots of people at airports.
A lot of people at airports, and there's also a sinkhole problem. I want to take a look at what we saw here from ABC7 here in New York. It closed down that interstate, forcing travelers to detour on local roads, really causing a mess when traffic will be ramping up. And according to the TSA, the busiest air travel days for the rest of the holiday period will be today and Monday. So a lot of people are getting out there. AAA says that the best times to hit the road today before 2 p.m., the worst time between 3 and 7 p.m. So make your plans around those times.
A lot there to get to. Thank you for walking us through all of that. And Whit, another airplane story.
Absolutely. All right, Gio, appreciate that. We do turn to that investigation into the deadly plane crash in Kazakhstan. Experts pointing to signs that the airliner may have been brought down by Russian anti-aircraft fire. Inez de la Catera has the latest. Inez, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. The plane's black boxes have been recovered. A commission has been set up to investigate the crash. One U.S. official tells ABC News Russia could be to blame. But this morning, the Kremlin once again declining to comment.
This morning, the investigation intensifying after the deadly plane crash of Azerbaijan Airlines Flight 8243. This cell phone video captures the terrifying moment when the plane is seen hurtling toward the ground, suddenly leveling out, then regaining altitude. Moments later, the aircraft quickly descending before crashing in a ball of fire. Footage from inside the cabin shows the unsettling moments before the crash with visible damage to the plane's wing. Passengers sit with oxygen masks, life vests resting on seats seats. Shortly after survivors were pulled from the wreckage, small holes were seen scattered across the fuselage. Now, a U.S. official and Azeri government source tell ABC News there are indications that the plane was likely hit by a Russian anti-aircraft system.
Certainly, there are lots of indicators to point towards a shoot down of that aircraft.
Andrew Nicholson runs Osprey, a company that advises carriers flying in the region. He pointed to photos of the plane's wreckage that appear to show what he says is damage consistent with surface-to-air fire.
There are no scuffs or bumps or dents that would also indicate, aircraft or birds hitting the aircraft fuselage, and also the direction of the shrapnel, which looks like it's coming from below.
The aircraft itself torn apart on impact, its tail upside down. But the Kremlin urging the public to wait for the results of the investigation. The plane taking off Christmas morning from Azerbaijan's capital, Baku, initially heading to Grozny before abruptly deviating from its course, flying across the Caspian Sea and crashing in Kazakhstan. Of the 67 people on board, 38 were killed. Remarkably, 29 survived. This morning, people gathered to mourn those lost in the crash as some survivors return home for further treatment.
And the crash prompting comparisons to the 2014 downing of a Malaysian Airlines flight, which investigators determined was shot down by Russian forces in Ukraine. Whit.
Investigators taking a close look at those similarities. Inez, thank you. Turning to politics this morning, and President-elect Trump making new threats to expand U.S. territory, referencing Canada, Greenland, and the Panama Canal, prompting swift reaction from some of our allies. White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks joins us now with more. Mary Alice, good morning.
Well, good morning. Yeah, the president-elect's recent comments drawing swift pushback from the president of Panama, the prime minister of Greenland, and others, all worried about how serious Trump might be in his threats that he wants to expand U.S. territory. This morning, President-elect Trump renewing threats that the U.S. should expand its territories overseas. In a flurry of social media posts on Christmas Day, Trump suggesting that the U.S. could take control of Canada, parts of Panama, and Greenland, leading to swift pushback from key allies. The president of Panama, Jose Raul Mulino, calling President-elect Donald Trump's claims that Chinese soldiers are running the Panama Canal nonsense. Trump Wednesday writing on social media, "Merry Christmas to all, including to the wonderful soldiers of China who are lovingly but illegally operating the Panama Canal."
No existe un solo soldado chino en el canal.
There is not a single Chinese soldier in the canal, Molino saying, adding that he does want to keep a good relationship with China as well as the U.S. and that it would be more appropriate to have direct conversations with Trump once he takes office on January 20th. Molino reminding Trump every inch of the canal is Panama's sovereign territory. In the last few days, the president-elect has been railing against the canal, suggesting that the U.S. seized control, arguing that Panama is ripping off American businesses, nominating Miami-Dade Florida County Commissioner Kevin Moreno Cabrera, a longtime ally, for ambassador to Panama.
The fees being charged by Panama are ridiculous, highly unfair. This complete ripoff of our country will immediately stop.
Trump also suggesting again that Canada become the 51st state and that the U.S. should annex the Danish territory of Greenland. Greenland's prime minister writing in a statement, "Greenland is ours. We are not for sale and will never be for sale." Of course, it's not likely the U.S. takes over new territory, but in a case like Panama, sources here in Washington tell us that there is a concern of expanding Chinese influence abroad, and the president-elect might be looking for ways to counter that or to keep it in check. Janae?
I'll take it from here, Mary Alice. Certainly an interesting conversation that started. Turning now to mortgage rates ticking up as we head into the new year. Elizabeth Schulze joins us now live from Washington with more. Elizabeth, that sounds like some tough news, but there could be good news for home buyers.
We can always try to find some good news, Janae, but yes, this is the tough news. Second week in a row that mortgage rates ticked higher. We're closing out the year at a 5-month high. The average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage now 6.85%, which is the highest since early July. And we have seen these rates steadily climb over the fall, which can make a big difference in your monthly bills. A $400,000 home with 20% down payment at today's rates puts your monthly payment at about $2,400. In September, with rates at 6%, it was almost $200 cheaper every month. So this has been a roller coaster ride for home buyers watching mortgage rates. But the bottom line, we are now back to where about we started at the year, Janae.
And I really love when you show us the difference of how your mortgage could increase or decrease, because it really shows how it impacts your wallet. But should home buyers expect to see some sort of relief with mortgage rates next year?
And that's why we track this so closely, the difference of hundreds of dollars. But rates are expected to stay in this 6% range next year. And a key reason why is that those rates move in anticipation of the Federal Reserve's moves. The Fed's now saying it's going to be a bit more cautious about cutting rates next year, but still glimmers of hope for buyers in 2025. So more inventory is expected to come onto the market as new homes are built. We've also seen some homeowners who have been waiting to move starting to accept that rates are unlikely to go back to that really low 3% level anytime soon. So if those people do move, it would finally free up homes for buyers who have been sitting on the sidelines, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And you know how you really buy a few homes? With $1.5 billion.
It would help.
It would help. It's the Mega Millions, and it's tonight, and Andrew Dimbert is here. Hey, buddy, you got any New Year's resolutions going on here?
Yeah, Gio, funny you should ask. I have 1.15 billion resolutions and plan to hit them all tonight.
This morning, the Mega Millions jackpot swelling to an estimated $1.15 billion, another historic drawing set for tonight. Winner could take home the 5th largest prize in Mega Millions history. There were some big winners on Christmas Eve. 4 new millionaires, each a mega ball shy of the grand prize, though. Ray Wentworth-Cadillo also missed the $1 billion Powerball jackpot in 2023, but she still won life-changing money.
I scanned our tickets from the previous night on the app, and it had all kinds of confetti, and it said you won $1 million. We won $1 million. That's life-changing.
Tonight, another chance for players to begin 2025 as a billionaire. Mega Millions calling 2024 the most unusual jackpot year in history, with only 3 grand prizes won, but all of them in top 10 territory. That includes the $1.3 billion winner from New Jersey, who finally claimed their prize this week after 9 months of mystery. The odds are steep to win the jumbo jackpot, about 1 in 302 million. For Ray, her odds were steep too, about 1 in 12 million. She had just lost her job when she scanned the lucky ticket.
It really felt like somebody was looking out for me on that one.
All right, and buy your $2 tickets before the calendar turns, because in April 2025, the price per play will more than double to $5, which lottery officials say will lead to bigger jackpots and better odds, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to win tonight.
Exactly, yes.
So, like, tonight's jackpot would have been like $3 billion?
Maybe,
they doubled the price?
maybe.
Wow.
And the odds would get better, probably because fewer people are going to pay $5 for a ticket, but I'll just... Anyway, thank you very much for that, Andrew. A lot still coming up here on GMA. Coming up, the latest on the lawsuit against Jay-Z. Morgan Norwood has the latest.
Hi, Janae. Yes, Jay-Z wanted the court to force the woman accusing he and Sean Diddy Combs of rape when she was a teen to reveal herself. Well, now the judge is saying not so fast. We've got the blistering decision and what it could mean for Jay-Z's case.
All right, Morgan, and travel trends for 2025, the hottest places to visit, how to save on your flights, and how to take advantage of something called detourism. Katie Nastro from travel site Goin is going to be here to break it all down.
Plus the action from the gridiron as bowl season heats up, including a record-setting game.
Have you guys ever seen that Oh Baby show about baby animals? I do. Well, look, yes, here's a new baby hippo we're going to show you about here on GMA. Stick around.
Welcome back to GMA. Mufasa roared at the box office on Christmas. The Lion King prequel from our parent company Disney took the top spot and looks to be on its way to winning the long holiday weekend. I saw it. It is incredible, the animation.
Been raving about
yeah,
it.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
And that one there was like little baby Scar before he turned bad. Yeah.
You, our producer Chris, we're hearing some rave reviews.
Yeah.
So
I really liked it a lot. My whole family did.
I think I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Also, some of the other top headlines that we're following right now: the severe weather as millions head home for the holidays, with tornado threats in the Gulf Coast, flash flooding with fierce winds forecast in the south and the west, hit hard by storms too. We've got more on that coming up. Also, Israeli forces launched strikes on Yemen, targeting what the IDF says are Houthi military targets after the Iran-backed militia launched drones and missiles toward Israel over the past week. At least 4 people were reportedly killed and 18 at least wounded in the strikes.
And the National Zoo in D.C. releasing new video of its newest celebrities right there. It's new pandas. Bao Li and Qing Bao are seen playing, eating, and hanging around their new habitat. The zoo received the 3-year-old pandas from China this fall. They make their debut to the public on January 24th. So cute. That's something to look forward to. You were celebrating. You were with pandas.
I got to go to Chengdu to check out the pandas. It's very cool.
Very,
all the love
very
that
cool.
goes into that.
And now we can see it right here in D.C.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot more ahead here, including if you got a furry friend for the holidays, we've got expert advice for making him a member of the family. That is coming up.
More on that ahead, but we do turn now to the latest in the lawsuit against Jay-Z, accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a 13-year-old girl at a party. A federal judge ruling the woman alleging the attack can remain anonymous. Morgan Norwood has the details. Morgan, good morning.
Whit, good morning. From the moment this case was filed, Jay-Z's legal team fought to get it dismissed, arguing that the woman accusing him must reveal her name. But this morning, a judge ruling she doesn't have to, at least for now. The judge also had some sharp words for its lawyers, calling them out for their aggressive filings and personal attacks and asking them to tone it down.
This morning, a legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed. The judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000, while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt." The multi-platinum artist, who was 30 at the time, now a business mogul with decades of hits to his name, with songs like Run This Town.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance.
His attorneys have denied everything about Jane Doe's account and pointed to some alleged inconsistencies in her story.
It's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true. It's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened.
The judge writing that while Jane Doe can remain anonymous for now, she may be required to reveal her identity at a later date to allow Jay-Z's lawyers to collect facts necessary to prepare for trial.
Oftentimes, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, and if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether.
And just the day before this ruling, Jay-Z's wife Beyonce and his daughter Blue Ivy making a heralded appearance during a halftime of the Ravens-Texans game on Christmas Day on Netflix, performing a live show to an audience of more than 27 million viewers.
And just this morning, Tony Busby, the lawyer representing Jay-Z and Diddy's accuser, releasing a statement to ABC News, writing, "I will say that the coordinated and desperate efforts to attack me as counsel for alleged victims are falling flat. We won't be bullied or intimidated." We also reached out to Jay-Z and his team, but did not get a response, guys.
Thank you for that, Morgan. Very interesting, but obviously Netflix and Beyonce very separate from what's going on with that story. But now to getting away in 2025. As we head into the new year, Katie Nastro from travel site Going has some predictions and recommendations on adventures. We are so excited to have you here, Katie. We love when you're here. Let's start with where to go. You're seeing an uptick for West Coast?
Yes. Places like California, Oregon, Washington State, Alaska, Hawaii. I know, Whit, that's one of your favorites.
Hello to the in-laws. Aloha.
Yeah. Aloha, it's right. Yeah, these are amongst the states that sit in our top 10 where to go domestically for our Going State of Travel report. And you know, a lot of these places have something in common. The accessibility to nature. Over 60% of our respondents are looking, or travelers, are really looking to get outdoors in 2025. And all of these destinations on the Pacific, or the Western Seaboard are definitely destinations to get outside.
Totally. Vancouver is out there
yes,
too. You know,
I know you've
I'm
been
raving
there.
about it.
We love
you
Vancouver.
help me find a place to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you're also seeing incredible deals to Europe, which Whit is very excited about.
Yes.
We all are.
You know, Europe is one of those places that we continue to see year after year sitting at that top spot of where people wanted to go. And in 2025, that's no different for international travel. We're seeing deals right now that you can take advantage of. Round trip, New York to London, $380. That's like 60% off.
That's
sometimes.
amazing.
Yeah, you can go from Chicago to Paris for $467. You can go from LA to Milan for $488. And you can head from Denver to Dublin for $462. Those are all round trip available in the Going app. On legacy carriers, by the way.
LA to Milan, $488.
Yeah. That's a long flight.
Yes. That's a long flight, but you know what? January and February, if you want it, you want more affordability, you want to escape the crowds, head out in the wintertime.
Yeah.
That arrabbiata that you will have in Milan will taste just as delicious in the winter as it does in the summer. So, you know, it's one of those time periods that people should definitely be considering traveling.
Perfect. Okay, we were also picking your brain in the commercial break, talking about de-tourism. This is a new trend that people are following.
This is a sort of trend. It's, you know, there's a name for something these days, right? And de-tourism is really this concept where we know that over 80% of our Going State of Travel respondents want to visit big cities, but they want to also go outside of the city limits. They're looking to explore beach communities, countrysides, and even, you know, like smaller towns and villages. And detourism is a way to experience that larger city, but then have these little trips outside and, you know, see new destinations. Skift research is even saying that 2025 people want to see new places. And a great way to do so is couple that with exploring a big city.
Okay.
Don't spend all your time in one place. Get outside of those city
little
limits.
detour.
Yes, exactly. You're going
Yeah.
to detour places.
Okay, so we have just a few seconds, but we want you to take out that crystal ball. Give us the predictions for 2025 for the airline industry.
We've got some good ones. No increases on bag fees. We just saw that 15 to 30% increase for bag fees this year. It's still raw, and we expect that airlines will not do us badly in this new year. They're not going to increase, or we expect them not to increase fees. On the flip side, though, average price of airfare we could see rise. You know, struggling budget carriers as well as aircraft not being delivered on time, more fuel-efficient planes not in the mix. That's going to put some upward pressure, and we've seen this trend in the last 4 months. Yeah, so it's unfortunate news. What the good is the bad. So,
all right, Katie Nastro, as always, Going.com. Thank you so much, my friend.
We're back now with our play of the day. It's all about the Bulls. Andrew Dimbert is back with that. Your team not in, but you're all in for the excitement.
Well, they're not in the college football playoff, unfortunately, but there's tons of other bowl games, and holy Toledo, what a game there. A college football record for the longest game in bowl history. We head to Ford Field in Detroit for this 6 overtime thriller between the Toledo Rockets and Pittsburgh Panthers in the Game Above Sports Bowl. After 4 quarters, we're all tied up. Overtime it is, then another overtime, then another overtime, another overtime,
That's crazy.
All right, you guys get the picture. Let's go to OT number 4. Toledo appears to get the game-winning sack. Players rush the field. Finally, guys, it's over. Or is it? Penalty on the Rockets. Pitt gets a chance to tie it and does. Then another premature celebration. Toledo rushing the field again, thinking they won. But wait, there's more. Football. Okay, finally, after overtime number 6, Toledo does win this instant college classic. Whew, just watching these highlights, I am out of breath. Bowl action continues on ESPN this afternoon.
Excellent.
Imagine if they did end up winning, though. That'd be salty. Man, thank you, Andrew. Coming up, The Right Stuff has storage solutions. Mamas unite for all your holiday gifts.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Tornado touchdown.
Move, move.
Severe weather slamming the south, bringing flash flooding and fierce winds. Now the new threat for twisters and freezing rain as millions hit the roads and the skies on one of the busiest travel days of the year.
Urgent warning about imposter scams. How criminals are using AI to mimic a loved one in trouble. The red flags you need to know and how you can protect your family right now.
And we're getting you ready for 2025, helping you feel your best. The changes to your diet that can help boost your metabolism.
Oh my God!
We have great workouts inspired by some of your favorite holiday movies.
Kevin!
That you can do right there at home to have you feeling fit and festive in the new year.
The Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches, plus 2.
And our coaches are saying,
Good morning, America!
live in Times Square. This is GMA.
They're all in on a Friday, right? Aren't we all? Good morning.
Wait to work out.
Exactly. Good morning, America. Great to have you with us. So Christmas may be over, but we can't get enough of those movies, right? And this morning, we are drawing some inspiration from them. We've got 3 fitness instructors
Not
here
us
with
3.
Not us. Those guys right there with festive workout moves so you can have fun while staying fit. We're looking forward to that.
And word has it that Gio's going to put on a medium shirt, it says, for that segment. We're looking forward to it. Also ahead, New Year's Eve is always a night to impress, and Chef Michael Vignola is here this morning with simple, special, and spectacular recipes from one of the hottest spots in New York, the Corner Store restaurant. Taylor and Travis ate there, we hear, so that means it's great.
Oh, I'm excited for that. Workout, food, all the things. But first, a look at the top stories here, breaking at 8, starting with multiple tornadoes touching down in Texas and 6 states in the Northeast under freezing rain threat. Meteorologist Greg Dutra of our Chicago station WLS right here. Good morning.
Well, that's right. Good morning, Gio. And some of them are confirmed already without going out and doing storm surveys, but they have debris signatures on radar. And this very strong video from the middle of Wharton County in El Campo. Here's the damage that these tornadoes did. Again, 5 confirmed so far, and another day where we could potentially see severe weather across the southeastern U.S. and then even into the weekend too. So there's that triple point. We're kind of in the warm sector here where the storms like to fire. Areas Mississippi to Alabama. There's the weekend threat. Look, the storm system actually splits, brings rain to the Midwest, but the severe weather threat across the south, again, Saturday and into Sunday is something we're going to have to monitor very closely, especially because it moves further north than you would normally expect. Again, this does split. It brings rain and then freezing rain to the northeast. Is freezing rain possibly impacting your holiday travel as winter weather advisories extend all the way up to northern New York. So it's pretty far, guys, and a lot of people affected when people are coming down to the city for the New Year's celebrations.
All right, but through the weekend, we will track it on Weekend GMA. Thank you so much for that, Greg. Now to a new stowaway incident on a Delta Airlines flight, delaying the flight for more than 2 hours on Christmas Eve, happening at one of the busiest travel periods of the year. What a headache. Gio, what do you know about what happened?
Yeah, this is really serious. Yeah, so the TSA and local police are investigating this new stowaway incident. It happened on a Delta Airlines flight from Seattle to Honolulu on Christmas Eve. This comes on the heels of that other Delta flight where a woman was found on a flight from New York to Paris around Thanksgiving. She was later arrested. This alleged Christmas Eve stowaway was discovered as the plane was taxiing for takeoff. The suspect was arrested after leaving the plane. The TSA says the passenger was screened at a security checkpoint, but actually bypassed that first ID verification point and then made it onto the plane without showing a boarding pass.
And that's so interesting. You said the other one happened around Thanksgiving, so maybe with the extra people, because so many are traveling during the holidays, millions in fact. And there was also a shooting at Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix on Christmas night, followed by another gun incident there again as the airport's packed.
As the airport's packed, and that's what makes it so scary. So officials say that a family fight escalated at a restaurant outside of a security checkpoint. One of the adults pulled out a gun and fired multiple times. 3 people suffered gunshot wounds and another was stabbed. One of the shooting victims, a woman, she's in critical condition. Now, hours later, police say that another man with no relation to that shooting arrived at the airport with multiple guns after hearing reports of that earlier incident. So after a struggle with police, eventually they took that man into custody and charged him with aggravated assault. But to your point, so many people there trying to get away, and all of this happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Wild scene. All right, Gio, thank you for that. Coming up here on our GMA morning menu, the urgent warning about a ruthless imposter scam using AI to recreate a loved one's voice, saying they're in danger and need money to be safe.
Also ahead, if you welcomed a new 4-legged family member this holiday, we've got the keys to keeping the pup or cat or guinea pig happy and safe.
Yeah, whatever it is. Plus, after Pesto the penguin and Mudang get ready to meet the newborn the internet has just fallen in love with. And Lori B's right here with the right stuff on holiday storage solutions for everything from holiday decorations to all those new toys that Janae's kids use. So they're ready for next Christmas. That's coming up right here on GMA. Stick around.
Back now with our GMA cover story and our series Scam You, an urgent warning about imposter scams that use AI to mimic the voice of a loved one, saying they are in danger and need your help. It's known by different names, including the kidnapping scam and grandparent scam, but the goal is the same: to scare you into giving up your money.
This video shows a scam in progress, coming right to an unsuspecting victim's front door, all starting with a frantic phone call.
Dad, I had a horrible accident.
Anthony, who asked us not to use his last name, says it came from someone he thought was his son.
It was absolutely his voice.
Anthony says his son explained he was in a drunk driving accident, urgently needed money for bail, and that an attorney would be calling him right away to arrange payment. Anthony separately called his son, but he didn't pick up. The FBI warns these scams using the latest AI technology aim to scare you and take your money.
Criminal actors are using AI to exploit social media accounts. These actors can go in and clone, copy, replicate the audio text, and it just takes a few seconds of that text to regenerate an entire conversation of their voice.
Experts say AI can make these phone calls sound nearly identical to loved ones. In 2023, cybersecurity firm Check Point showed us just how easy it can be, using only a 10-minute sample of my voice to generate this fake kidnapping call. Listen.
My love, it is me, Whit. Please listen carefully. I have been abducted and am being held in a basement, tied up in the dark. Please follow their instructions. Do not notify the authorities.
And the FBI says scammers give you little time to think.
One of the red flags or indicators on these scams is this high-pressure bullying tactic.
For Anthony, the scammers moved fast. After a few phone calls back and forth and a trip to the bank, someone was waiting at his door for $9,200 cash. This home security camera footage shows a family member handing it over to who turned out to be an unaware Uber driver. But then another phone call, demanding more bail money, $15,000. A different Uber immediately arrives at his door to retrieve the payment. Now suspicious, Anthony tries calling his son directly for a second time, and he answers. Then it hits him.
We just got scammed out of $25,000.
In March, an Ohio man was accused of fatally shooting an Uber driver he believed was a scammer who called him demanding $12,000. Man pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. For Anthony, his hope is to help others, encouraging every family to establish a code word.
If there's ever a phone call or any contact, anything emergency, flat out, what's the code word? They don't give it to you. It's not them.
Now, Uber tells us they are actively working with the FBI and local law enforcement across the country to investigate these claims. As for Anthony's case, the LAPD is still investigating, but so far no arrests have been made. And Janae, we were just talking about a family code word.
Yeah, you heard him
law
say
enforcement,
it there.
they're really emphasizing this. It can make a huge difference. Also, if something like this happens, pause, take a few deep breaths.
Because you're so going on emotion and
Exactly.
scared, but if you can just think straight, it makes a difference.
And then back to that code word, right?
Yes, absolutely. Good
Yeah.
stuff, Whit.
All right, Gio, over to you.
All right, such an important story. All right, now to starting the new year with good health. So many of us resolve to eat better, and we have some strategies right now from best-selling author, nutritionist, and physician, Dr. Will Bulsiewicz. Good
All
morning.
right, Gio, great to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, and what we're talking about today is firing up our metabolism in
That's what's so
2025.
important. Getting that fat burning, all of that.
Health falls in line when we lead with our metabolism, when we're driving our metabolism, and we do this by fueling our gut microbes. Let them do the work for us.
Okay,
right? So that's what we're going to talk about.
And so you say that gut health is key, and that's what you focus on. They call you the gut health MD on social media for a reason, because it's just so important to get that under control.
It is, and to me, if there's one message that I would love to give to the GMA audience is in 2025, focus on eating a wider variety of plants. Like, this is the building block of better gut health. If we eat a wider variety of plants, everything starts to fall into line right here.
And one of the things that I was telling you was that I've been focusing on these single ingredient whole foods. That has changed everything for me. So why don't we go shopping right now?
All right, let's go shopping. Yeah, so, and one of the things, Gio, is I have this acronym that I use, okay? It's about fiber goals, and this helps me to remember the foods that I'm trying to get more of on a daily basis.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you some of these right now,
Okay, great.
And every single one of these foods are good for the gut, they're high in fiber, they have polyphenols, but there's some special properties. So let's start with the arugula right here. All right, you got lots of choices with greens. They're all super nutrient dense. That means tons of nutrients, almost no calories. What's special about arugula is that it helps you to fight cancer, right? And we want to protect ourselves from that. But if you're looking,
you want me to pack this up?
Pack that up. Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So
All
we
right.
start with the arugula.
Yeah. Do you ever eat broccoli sprouts?
Yeah, I love broccoli sprouts.
Okay, they're so bitter. Embrace the bitter. Even though it grows hair on your chest, not for women though.
Well, that's why you got to put extra dressing on it.
Yeah.
Healthy dressing.
Yeah. They're so bitter, but the bitter, embrace the bitter, because that is actually the cancer-fighting chemical, and broccoli sprouts have 50 to 100 times more of the cancer-fighting chemical than mature adult broccoli. So you're like really concentrating it in the sprout.
Okay.
Yeah, so sprouts are so good for us.
Really brilliant. Okay, so
onions.
onions.
You come for the flavor, you stay for the health benefits. My hack for this, the pro tip, is chop them up. Okay, and eat them raw whenever possible. Raw onions are so good for us.
So not that candied onion that everybody loves so much.
I mean, they're delicious. There's nothing wrong with that, but look for opportunities to get the raw into your diet.
Okay, all right. I'll take just one of these. And
fermented foods. We got tons of choices. We got kimchi right here. You could do sauerkraut. You could do kombucha. Fermented foods are living foods. Living foods have live microbes. We introduce them into our gut. They may actually join up, be a part of the team.
And what's cool about kimchi is that they come in different flavors, different levels of spiciness, so that's always really good. Awesome tips there.
And pro tip, get a glass jar whenever possible when you're buying these types of foods.
Yeah, avoid the plastic.
Avoid the plastic.
Okay, so now we're going to the pantry.
All right, so what we have here is we got chia seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts. These all have fiber, protein, and healthy omega-3 fats. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. Chia seeds, super high in fiber, incredible. Hemp seeds, great for protein. Guys like you working out, more hemp seeds.
Yeah, bro.
And then,
thanks for noticing.
And then walnuts, delicious, right?
I eat walnuts every single day.
Oh, as you should.
Every single day.
Chia pudding for breakfast, hemp seeds as a topper for your salad. This is your afternoon snack.
And then we got
the humble legume, lentils, peas, beans. These are actually gut-feeding foods.
Thank you so
this is
much.
What we want.
Gut Health MD on social media. Follow them and check them out.
Well, look, they told us to embrace the bitter. We're ready to embrace the sweet. It's time now for Pop News with Lil Gan.
Am I the sweet?
You are the sweet, but not in the candied onion kind of way that Gio was talking about.
Candied onion?
You mean caramelized onion.
Whatever. I'm not a cook.
Candied onion is like on the Grinch's menu, and that's it. You're no Grinch, Gio. All right, we begin Pop News this morning with something actually sweet, Pop-Tarts. You remember this headline, a year in the making. Last year, the incredible moment from the 2023 Pop-Tarts Bowl when the mascot descended into a giant toaster on the field and then was eaten by the winning team. Well, this year Pop-Tarts is upping the ante for tomorrow's game between the Iowa State Cyclones and the University of Miami Hurricanes. The winning team will walk away with this epic trophy that we got our hands on. It's a hot commodity, you guys. This 75-pound, 3-foot-tall trophy is equipped with, yes, a functional toaster, you guys. It's an engineering marvel that took months to complete. Yes. And after tomorrow,
Quinn is so excited.
Yes. After tomorrow's game, one lucky mascot Pop-Tart will be selected as the game's MVP, maybe unlucky, to be toasted again and eaten by the winning team. You can watch all the action live when the game airs tomorrow right here on ABC at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, it takes about 90 seconds for this fully functional toaster to work.
Wow.
So I'm going to race the toaster to see if I can get through our next Pop News story.
Okay.
By the time breakfast is
3,
served.
2.
So Janae and I call the Pop-Tart.
Yeah, dibs, totally.
Is this?
Gio only eats protein and creatine sandwiches.
Yeah, bro.
There we go.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, here we go. Next story. Every holiday season, Natalie Salerno, who's a marketing director here in New York City, not a professional baker, people, has recreated some of the iconic homes from Nancy Meyers movies as gingerbread houses. In 2021, it was the house from The Cottage. That you can see right there. How incredible is that? In 2022, she remade the home from Father of the Bride. Last year, Natalie whipped up Elizabeth James's London home from The Parent Trap.
Oh my God.
So cute, right? And this year, it was Nick Parker's California Ranch from the same movie. Now, the cookie creations have caught the eye of Nancy Meyers herself, who sent a note to Natalie saying, "Dear Natalie, I love seeing your gingerbread houses. The London house is perfect, the Father of the Bride house is a beauty, and the holiday cottage with the little sign on the gate made me smile. Thanks, GMA, for sharing these with me. Happy holidays, love, Nancy." And we surprised Natalie with that message. Take a look.
That is so sweet. I just love her so much, and I can't believe that she has seen these houses that I make and cares about them, and it is just, I adore her. And thank you, GMA, for sharing this with me. And Nancy, if you ever want a gingerbread house in your home, call me.
I think Natalie should aim a little higher and shoot for a role in a movie about a gingerbread baker. I don't know. Yeah. Nancy, by the way, give Natalie a heads up. If you do want a gingerbread house, each one of those takes about 50 hours to put together.
Labor of love.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Finally, as we wind down 2024, we're looking back. Pop-Tarts are ready, people. We're looking at the year's biggest breakout stars. And this year, it was Pesto the Penguin.
He's trying to get his hands
Here
on a
you go.
Pop-Tart.
That's a cinnamon. I heard you like that. Pesto the Penguin and Moo Dang, of course. We love Moo Dang. Falling in love with these sweet bebe animals. Here you go, Dutra. That one's for you.
Dutra stole my Pop-Tart.
Here, you can have this.
Sorry, buddy.
You can have
Carry on, Wogans.
Thank you. I have a lot to say about Moo Dang. And the dawn of a new diva this morning. Meet the baby pygmy hippo born at the Metro Richmond Zoo in Virginia just a couple of weeks ago. She weighs 15 pounds, and the yet-to-be-named hippo made her debut just before Christmas. Hippo MG, you guys. America's very own Moo Dang. And just north of there, the Smithsonian National Zoo in D.C. also released a never-before-seen video of their newest residents, the giant pandas, who are set to make their public debut on January 24th. How are those Pop-Tarts, guys?
How are they?
So they're great. When I was a kid, I used to do this. You tear off the sides, and then you split them apart.
Oh, it's got a whole system.
Oh my God.
I love that
yeah.
you knew not to give that to me.
Yeah,
That's
well,
so
I ran out of candied onions.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh, we're sharing
some
this?
left for you, yeah.
Here, everyone's sharing this morning. Thank you, guys. Okay, I think I'm going to strut this way.
It's not gonna
because
help your macros,
it's time, and we've got the right stuff. Oh, yeah. You ready for this, Lori?
Dancing on over.
The right stuff. All right, we've got the right stuff for everyone trying to get organized after the holidays. And we're starting with this genius.
So I hear that you are a master organizer. Is this true?
Yes. Yes, it's true. No, I want to be,
Okay,
but...
well then let's get right into it.
Yes.
So if you have an artificial tree at home and you want to store it, it can be a task, a really big task.
undo
Right, because you have
everything.
to take all the parts down, right. So this is for somebody who does not want to do that, Janae, who wants to work smarter and not harder. It is from Tree Keeper. It's a tree storage bag. If you'll grab the other side of that for me, we're not going to be tall enough to do the whole thing. But watch this. You just clip it to the bottom and you lift it right up.
Okay.
You would just zip it right up to the top.
Genius.
And it's on wheels. And then all you do is you just wheel
it away.
it into your basement, into your garage. We found this at QVC and people love it because it is so convenient.
Yes.
It fits a 6-foot to a 9-foot tree. You can just, it keeps everything out. So if you keep it in your garage, let's say, all that dust, all this.
So easy,
it's
just zip
so
it up,
easy,
wheel
and you
it away.
bring it back in next holiday season and unzip
This is
it, you're
good,
ready
Lori
to go.
Bergamotto. We
It's
have
good.
our station down in Atlanta, Channel 2. Suzanne Nadell is the boss there. She loves these things. So Suzanne, here you go.
Suzanne's onto the right thing there. Okay, so now we're going to talk about ornaments. Do you know why we decorate a tree with ornaments, by the way?
Oh wait, is this a fun fact?
It is
I don't
a fun
know.
fact,
What is
guys.
it?
It's Fun Fact Friday. It's a symbol that spring is coming. Oh. So they used to decorate it with apples and nuts and little pieces of metal before we had the tree lights.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to tell you we have to take those ornaments down. Spring is going to come, but we're going to take those ornaments down. This is under $15.
I spotted this from the desk, and this looks genius.
It's so good. Very festive, transparent, so you can see the ornaments. Fits 64 ornaments, so that's pretty darn good. It collapses flat, so when you have, the ornaments on, you can just store it easily.
Yes.
So all you're gonna do, if you wanna go ahead and help me, you just pop them right in.
Let's get organized.
Let's get organized, Jeanette. You have
And
a
I love
color-coded
these
system.
things.
Cardboard dividers. You're able to really
easy.
customize it. Again, under $15, super affordable, and all your ornaments, because you want to preserve those. You don't
can
wanna
not
scratch
only
them.
use these for ornaments, but I'm sure so many other things too.
Absolutely.
Versatility.
Okay. Now, gift wrap. This is genius. I don't know about you, but gift wrap is expensive.
Yes.
And so when you have just a little bit left, you're like, oh, fine, just throw it out. It's wasteful. You're throwing money.
Save it.
Don't. All you need is a gift wrap organizer like this. It fits 18 to 24 rolls, even those extra long 40-inch rolls it will fit. And then you have a space here for bows, for ribbons.
That you can use and then reuse and put them back
Exactly. Gift bags. You're a mom. You know, there's like a whole underground ring of saving the gift bags.
The birthday parties that Becky has us storing up for.
Yes. This
put
is
all the bags in
everything.
here.
You can put everything in there. It's under $20, so really affordable. Okay, next, the lights.
The lights.
Okay, the lights can really put a snarl in your holiday, your festive fun.
Suddenly Santa becomes the Grinch.
Exactly. But these spool storage, they're 3-light spool storage containers. So you clip it onto your ladder or your rain gutter.
So just as you're taking it down.
It just spools it right up, Janae.
Oh
it comes with a little bag. See that? And then next year, you can just redecorate with the spool.
Look,
so
I'm trying to keep my husband
$25.
off of the ladders, but if it makes it easier for him when he's up there.
And then finally, you need some storage for all
the
those
toys.
sports. We got these from Home Depot.
Gosh.
And what we loved about it is you can use it now for toys, but then as they grow up, it's nice, beautiful,
For anything,
decorative
everything,
ottoman.
towels, all the things.
Anything you need.
We
so
love this.
we got you covered.
Thank you so much, Lori,
Thank you.
For all of these great picks. And you at home can shop these products. Scan the QR code that's on your screen right down here, or go to gma.com. Come stick around. Winter workouts to keep you fit and festive with Geo. We'll see you in a second. Good stuff.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
And welcome back to GMA. We are kicking things into high gear right now and bringing some festive cheer to our winter fitness routines. We have 3 instructors here, all inspired by a different holiday classic from these workouts. So we've got Chris Brand from Orange Theory right here, Kenny Selmon from Barry's, and Garret Shin from Core Power Yoga. So welcome. Welcome,
thanks,
finally.
yeah.
All right, so first up, we are creating a workout inspired by The Grinch. Take a look.
And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches, plus 2.
Chris, was this your idea?
Yeah.
Like, we're in the Grinch pose right now. So just like the Grinch, we're going to work on making our hearts stronger physically and inspire a love of working out, right? So you're an Orange Theory coach, Chris.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us first?
Well, first we've got our Grinch pull. In the studio, we've got rowing machines. We work on pulling muscles a lot here. Or at home, you might have some dumbbells or something light. We're going to work on just what we saw. The Grinch.
Bigger weights than this.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we start by feet under our hips. Send your hips back into a hinge position. The dumbbells right below your shoulders. You draw your elbows up towards the ceiling. Feel a squeeze in the back.
See, I was making fun of the weights, but this actually feels good.
Right? It's a good squeeze. And this, we're working our lats and the upper back for great shoulder and posture muscles. Feeling that Grinch pull, getting the strength to pull the sleigh up Mount Crumpet.
Okay.
Very good, very good. You got one more rep there.
Okay, all right.
All right.
And see, I knew this was going to happen. We've got the mic falling already. So we've also got a small Christmas tree that you say that we can do things with.
Yeah, so you may have something small like this in your home, and the Grinch, stole all the Christmas trees, threw them up the chimneys. So we're working full body work here, and to get our heart rate up like we do in the studio.
Okay.
So grab something around the house. This is our up with the tree. This is a full body movement.
Okay.
We start with a squat, feet down in the ground, all the way down to the floor. Push on the ground, and as you stand up, you're gonna push the tree up the chimney, up onto the sleigh, getting all the way through, getting those Christmas trees stolen. Very good.
I like that. That's good.
Good.
All right. And so the Grinch also crawls around to steal Christmas, and you've got sort of crawl that I'm nervous about.
This we don't need any equipment for. We start in a tabletop position, get down on all fours.
Okay.
Push through your hands and your toes so your knees just hover over. And just like the Grinch slithers around the Christmas tree, we're gonna walk and crawl. Lots of free motion
you
here.
feel that in the core.
Oh yeah. Stabilize the core, work on shoulder stability and strength there as well.
Awesome. Chris Brand, you're awesome. Thank you. So, oh wait, we've got more. Oh, we've got another segment.
We got another segment.
Kevin, our next workout is all about Home Alone.
Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Here you go, Kevin. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
What?
So good, a classic. Kenny from Barry's is here. So your first move is inspired by that scene specifically.
Exactly. That was Home Alone 2 when they found out that Kevin was gone again by passing the bag, and he obviously was not there to receive it. So we're going to take that same essence.
Okay.
I'm going to make you walk out. We're going to use anything around the house, but for us, we're going to use a weekend bag. I want you to tighten this back. So you're going to walk it out into a high plank. I want you to engage the core, activate the glutes, have the bag nearby. I want you to reach across with the opposite arm.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, and pull through to that side, and then squeeze, get the hips down, Yeah, that's it, good, good, good. Okay, now back through, and you can keep this going for about, however long you want to hold this, but it's going to ask your back to work, engage the core, and definitely squeeze the glute.
This way, oh, wow, that's actually really cool.
Oh, yeah, keep the hips down, engage the core, and you'll get the abs going, get the back going. some easy work for you.
Awesome. Okay, so what's the paint bucket for?
Oh God. Okay. Well, so this one we got to keep Kevin ready to attack, and so we're calling this a ready to attack. And Kevin's got to be strong, so we're gonna add some more combo movements here.
Okay.
So anything works. A bucket is what we're gonna use here, but you know, a wider stance, toes out, heels in. Hold it just like this. You're gonna drop the butt low, keep the chest tall, sumo squat. Come up. I want you to clean the dumbbell, clean the paint bucket. And I want you to squat back down and then go into a press. I give you about maybe 10, 15 pounds there.
All right.
I'm gonna keep that going. So you're gonna go down first, clean it up, squat it, and then press it again. Yeah, shoulders, legs, all the things getting going.
That's really smart. Actually, you know what? My heart's already racing. So those robbers got their own workout just trying to get into the house on those icy steps. So what do you got planned?
100%. Well, your heart's racing now. Let's get it going a little bit more. The robbers, they got to keep active, keep them ready to go sweat. So you're going to do a broad jump forward.
Okay.
You're going to jump down, do a burpee.
Oh, see, you told me no burpees.
Yeah, sorry, we lied to you. Jump up, and then it's high knees back.
Okay.
So you're going to keep that going. So jump forward.
Jump forward.
And then you're going to go down.
Burpee.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And then high knees up.
And then.
Yeah.
See, now all the pieces keep falling here. I got my earpiece falling out. Kenny, thank you so much.
Of course, thank
Appreciate you.
Fantastic.
And now we have some more Christmas cheer with the workout here, inspired by Elf. Take a look.
You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar in syrup?
Yes.
Then yes. We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Okay, I'm so happy to say Core Power Yoga instructor Garret is with us now because we're going into a slower situation. My heart's already racing. So this is the #1 activity to do with your dad, making snow angels for 2 hours?
Yeah, that's right. Well, every workout at Core Power Yoga, we want to start with breathing and mindfulness. Okay. So we're going to inhale, reach your arms above your head. Exhale, push your hands down. Feel that snow work through it. Good. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, push your arms down. Feel like you're moving through snow.
See,
to
Chris and
activate
Kenny
your
need to
delts.
learn this because
that
was too much energy going on.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, just a nice inhale up. And an exhale, push your hands down. You feel your lats, your shoulders, and it's a good warm up for your upper body.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially for shoulder day. All right, so
That's
you've
right.
got some Elf Food Group yoga moves.
Yes.
One with cocoa.
Oh, absolutely. Let's grab our cocoa. We're going to serve this cocoa.
Okay.
So start with your elbows pinned in by your side. Shine your palms up to the ceiling. Then serve your cocoa. Exhale, reach forward. And inhale, pull your elbows, stop them right by your side. Keep going. Good. So you can do this with weights. You can do this body weight. Working frontal delts, working some biceps and triceps, and keep a nice soft bend in your elbows as you extend your cocoa out. Yeah, you want to move nice and slow. We don't want to spill any cocoa anywhere. Yeah.
You've got one with syrup too.
That's right. So grab your syrup bottles. You can grab dumbbells as well. Soft bend through your elbows still. Reach your palms inward. Then spin your shoulders down and turn your syrup up. Yeah, maybe you hold a little longer. Pour that syrup out just like Buddy. Just get that extra sweetness. And this is getting into some rotational muscles in your wrists. More biceps, more delts.
And just a few seconds, but the presents?
Oh, absolutely. Grab your present. We got to give a present. Push your palms together, activate your chest, and let's just bicep curl that present up. Yeah, and you're given all those gifts.
Just depends how heavy it is.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
Absolutely.
Garret, appreciate you. Kenny, Chris, come on over, say goodbye. Thank you so much for bringing us all of these workouts. A lot of fun. We appreciate it.
Now, with keys to success for those families that are welcoming a new pet in the house this holiday season. Joining us now is a veterinarian with more than 1 million followers on TikTok and a house full of dogs. Dr. Adam Chrisman is joining us. Welcome. Good morning to you. It's great to see you again.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, everybody.
So I love this. You know, and we've spoken before. I foster dogs. So I've had 24 puppies come through my house. So I know what this is all about. A lot of families going through this for the first time, though, and you have an acronym that can be really helpful.
Yeah, simple acronym, because that's how I learned too. With PAWS, P-A-W-S, prevention, activity, wellness, and safety in sounds. And if you can do that, you'll be a pawsome pet parent. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's easy to remember,
Very
right?
easy to remember.
So let's start with the first one, P for prevention. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we want to do preventive medicine. So chat with your veterinarian about finding things that are safe and effective to have your dog on something all year round. And I always say we are veterinarians, not vaccinarians, and we like to choose vaccines that are best for the lifestyle of your dog. Say, for example, if your dog's going to doggy daycare or kenneling, we're going to chat about those vaccines. And then really we want to prevent them from getting lost, because microchipping is so crucial. Consider that like a social security number to your dog. We do not want them to get lost.
And it's like for people too, prevention is really the key to
Absolutely.
everything. Longevity. All right, let's get into the second one.
Yes.
A, and everybody loves to play with their dog, so there's an opportunity for that with this, right?
Absolutely. It's time to get physical,
Yeah, exactly,
right? Yeah.
yes.
Activity. So physical activity, you're looking about somewhere between 30 to almost 2 hours, depending on the size and age, and of course weather permitting of your dog. But they need to go for their walks. They need to sniff. Sniffing is like, hey, did you hear where Max went last night? He went across the street. Right? So it's important for them to figure that out.
Doggy gossip. That's how it's done.
You know it, right? So physical activity, and then of course mental stimulation too. They have to chew. Give them something good to chew on, even for super chewers. And then of course puzzle toys. And guess what? The regular Bowls Whip, that's so 2024.
Right.
It's all about interactive dog puzzles and puzzle feeders now. So it really gives them that opportunity to work their brain for mental stimulation.
I will say too, just for myself, when we've had puppies come through, replacing something like if the puppy gets a shoe, but then taking that away and then replacing it with something they can have, and they start to smell that and remember what they can and can't chew on around the house.
See?
So
You know it.
there you go. A little bonus from me.
Right.
All right, let's get into the wellness part of
The
this.
wellness is really important. This is the fundamentals of being a possum pet parent, is what I say. So you really want to have good training. And this is something that kids can do. They should be able to do the basics, sit, stay down, and of course recall. And if you can't do that, work with a trainer. Puppy socialization classes, equally important. And then also finding a veterinarian. Believe it or not many actually have a veterinarian to find. So have a good relationship, bring them in for just because visits. Those are always important. And then grooming, stay on top of their needs. You should be able to trim their nails, clean their ears, brush their teeth. And some dogs like poodles and doodles and my wire hairs, they need to get groomed every 6 to 8 weeks. So we want to be that responsible pet parent. And of course, nutrition. There's 2 words. Those 2 words, remember those words, Whit. Complete and balanced. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
Complete and balanced.
Nailed it.
Yep, you got it. And this last part is interesting too, because this S has 2 meanings to it.
Right.
Pause.
Safety and sound. So we want our dogs to be nice and safe. So that includes having a nice, secure collar. It could be a reflective collar, especially at night, daylight savings time, and a good harness. But do me a favor, those retractable leashes, throw them out. Telling you, you want a good solid leash with a buckle on it. Those leashes with retractable leashes is a nightmare in the waiting room. They cause chaos. You cannot really control your dog. So having that, so important, really important to have that safety. And of course, as we're approaching New Year's Eve, noise aversion. 2 in 3 dogs suffer from some form of noise aversion, whether it be thunderstorms or the fireworks, for instance. So talk to your veterinarian about a prescription that could be used to help desensitize them and calm them down from that.
That's great.
And there's also things to help hug them, as well as diffusers. And also, be wise, exercise before it happens.
Love that. Dr. Adam, appreciate it so much. We got to run, but take care of the dogs for me.
know
Say
it.
hello. Let's go back to Greg with the check of the weather. Greg?
Well, as you very well know, I'm a big fan of refracted light. Everybody's got their thing, right? Well, check out this picture from Sugarloaf. There is a lot of rare stuff. Yes, of course, that's the sun in the middle. You got the sun dogs on the side. That big line through the middle, that's called the perihelix circle. And then upside down on the top there, that's a circumzenithal arc, and the supertangential arc on top. Yes, I know. I'm big into refracted light. If you just want to go somewhere warm and lay on the beach, like probably everybody else, there you go. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, looking absolutely perfect, and warm weather in the south with temperatures that are actually above average through Florida if you want to get away from all the cold. Let's check out your forecast a little closer to home.
Early in the morning, it's the dawn of a new day. New hopes, new dreams, new ways. Good morning, America.
Coming up, we're so excited about this one. Simple and spectacular dishes for New Year's with Chef Michael Vignola. That's coming up next. Yummy!
All right, we are back now on GMA with the man, Chef Michael Vignola, culinary director of Cat's Hospitality Group and the man behind the hot New York City restaurant, The Corner Store. He's here this morning with some simple, special, and spectacular. Like, all those things go together. Simple isn't spectacular, but you've got it all.
Yeah, we're having fun
Things
here.
to wow your crowd this morning on New Year's Eve.
Absolutely. You know, for a little bit of high and low, having fun with it on New Year's Eve. Everybody's a little bit tired. We all lost track of days. Nobody really knows
Amen.
this time between Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And they're
New
already
Year's and all
eating.
that
I'm so
stuff.
jealous. Okay.
Right?
All right, so let's get to the eating part.
Nice and easy. We're going to start off with a smoked salmon carpaccio. You
Okay.
can buy this at your local deli or supermarket. Get it from wherever you like.
Yeah.
I like to cook with some things that are in my pantry. I don't have to go out to the store and have fun with it. This is just simple Japanese mustard. Here, if I can get you to mix that all in there.
Okay.
A little bit of Japanese mustard. A little bit of honey. Throw it in there. Here, I got something for that.
Okay.
Here, we'll try something
Can you
like that.
tell that I'm not a culinary director or
I
anything?
think you're amazing.
Thank you.
We're gonna put a little bit of sesame oil,
Okay.
a little bit of soy sauce, mix it all around. Take yourself not too seriously. Have
Love
fun
that.
with it. You pound it out
you
thinly.
Just mix it around.
Mix it up.
Ooh,
You
okay,
come out
I
with
see you
this
made it all
beautiful little
thin.
sauce.
So this is what it turns into.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Just rub it on there?
Drizzle it on as
Drizzle-
your heart content.
Okay, all right,
Right? A little bit of salmon, a little bit of mustard.
You guys sound impressed. Thank you.
All your little veggies in the fridge. Garnish it up. Chop. Keep going.
Janae, the plate is actually empty over here.
We killed it.
Because you
Like
guys
that one's
ate it?
done. We ate it all.
Oh my god! They're eating without me, chef.
It happens. It happens. It's okay.
Okay. So what do we do here?
Another little thing, we want to serve some fish. We have some meat now. Beautiful
Yes.
filet mignon, but you can use anything, whether it's a strip steak, ribeye steak,
But
some
you got the
leftovers of your
good
prime rib.
stuff.
But
I
I'll
prefer
take the filet mignon.
You know, it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Start with a nice hot pan.
Okay.
We're gonna pour in some
It's
water.
hot. It feels
Go
hot.
for it.
Are you sure? No,
Absolutely.
you should do
Go
this.
for it.
Is
No,
it
no,
gonna
you got
sizzle?
it. You got it.
Okay.
A little bit of soy sauce.
Well done, Janae.
A little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let that cook down until it's a deep, deep caramel.
Yeah.
Once it's done, we're gonna sear our beef a little
Okay.
bit.
This is what it becomes.
Yeah, get this nice little thick sauce,
Ooh,
right?
Yes.
Keeping it simple. We took the filet, we diced it up into these little cubes,
Yeah.
put on a skewer,
Okay.
season it up, sear it off, and then do me a
Season
favor.
it up, sear it off. Yeah.
Take that glaze, drizzle it all over.
Ooh. Okay. Oh wait.
Don't be shady on the
Don't
drizzle.
You guys tasted the
soy
drizzle?
glaze is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Next, we're moving into the big guy. Beautiful lobster.
Look at that thing.
3-pounder, Maine lobster. This has been steamed for about 9 minutes. You want it fully cooked, but not overcooked, right? We're gonna take it, we're gonna crack it open. It's gonna look like that. You're gonna clean out all the shells and stuff. And then you get to this beautiful mix.
I haven't tried this one yet.
Oh, I am doing this whole segment.
Yeah,
okay.
you're cooking.
All right, I'll cook
Keep
it.
it going.
Just a second. Just a second.
Pardon me.
Okay.
For this beautiful lobster
Yes.
meat, we're gonna make a dressing.
Oh, wow.
You can go for
So
it.
good.
Dig in.
Is it great? Okay. So yeah,
I'll
you
make the dressing. You eat. A little bit of mayonnaise. Some chopped celery.
Yep.
A little bit of lemon zest. That's that
this is
beautiful
good.
skin
I
on the
see why you
outside.
cleaned this plate.
I told you. Lemon juice. A little bit of parsley. A little bit of mustard again.
Oh my gosh.
Paprika. Chives. Mix it all together. What do you get? A mess.
It's gonna look like that, right?
Yeah.
And what is this, like a little potato bun or something?
So that is a beautiful buttered potato bun from our friends at Martin's. Mix it in with your lobster meat. It's very simple. The sum is greater than the parts. Right? We like to keep it simple at the corner
Mix it
store.
all up.
Have fun.
That's
Use great
what it ends up
ingredients.
I
looking
hope
like.
you didn't need this one because we've
'Cause
been
he was
tapping-
digging in
we've been
it.
putting the extra.
Yeah, we've been just eating it.
Toast your beautiful
Oh
buns.
my gosh, these look great.
Take a nice spoon of your salad that you've mixed. And you can't stop a party or have a party without copious amounts of caviar.
Yeah.
I just like growled to our producer Pete, who says we've got about 30 seconds, but I'm like, yeah, okay, let's get to this food.
Here we go.
Okay, wait.
Go for it.
You told me how to eat caviar because I've never had it before. You said
got this.
You put it in your mouth, push it to the top of your
Roof of your mouth and
and
smashed out.
okay.
Do it, Janae.
You got it. Go for it. Go for it. Come on, I'll join you.
Right?
Ready?
Okay. Yeah, you said you'd do it with me.
Here we go.
Okay,
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's a lot of caviar.
Wow.
One bite.
Yeah.
You can get these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com or use that QR code right there.
And you can see my full report tonight on 2020 at 9/8 Central, right here on
Are
ABC.
you doing world news tonight too?
And I'm doing world news tonight.
And how about GMA tomorrow morning?
Don't turn that dial, man. It's lit all day, every day.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Here we go.